So one of these matchups is not like the others. Thank God Switzerland drew their Matchday 3 game against Finland. Not making the quarters in their own country would have been devastating. That was a great game also. If you couldn't tell, I am sick, so I apologize for the lower voice, but the quarterfinals are set. We are now down to 8 teams from 16, so let's go through all 4 matchups, where honestly, only one of them has a clear favorite. Starting with Norway, the winner of Group A, versus Italy, the runner-up of Group B. Honestly, I have no idea how this match will go because, yes, Norway have played horrendously, but they are scammers. They find goals. Norway was heavily rotated in their last match against Iceland, and you could tell they're heavily rotated because their offense was actually effective for once. Signe Gaupset needs to start next game. 2 just unbelievable screamers, her passing was good. Frida Maanum did score twice, but honestly, I need to see way more defensive effort from her. There were multiple times in the game where she could have had a chance to challenge for a ball, but then she just was walking around and not putting really effort in on defense. But her positioning was much better this game, offensively. I don't think I have ever been happy to see my team get a red card. Marit Bratberg Lund will miss the next match against Italy, which is an advantage for Norway. This means we'll probably see Hansen at left back, Mjelde and Harviken as the center backs, and Bielde at right back. Italy are also just a very strong team defensively and just overall. They played decently against Spain, so Norway should be worried. A 1-3 loss to Spain is nothing to joke about. Remember, Oliviero for Italy was the first to score in that game, even if it was from a mistake. Italy's offense is something to be concerned about though. They've only scored 1 goal in each game, one of course being a wonder strike from Jarelli. But there is diversity in the goals that they have scored. Jonsdottir is really the player that gave Norway trouble against Iceland, and I don't know if there is a Jonsdottir level performance out of these Italy attackers. The midfield of Giuliano and Caruso will definitely cause Norway problems though. Norway's problem is really a midfield right now. But say Italy does score 2 goals, which isn't unrealistic given Norway's form. Italy's defense is susceptible to breakdowns, especially on set pieces. One of the only things Norway is semi-okay at. Overall, Italy start fast as a team. They threaten quickly out of the gates. If they have a 1-0 lead over Norway, it's still very possible for Norway to come back. We have seen Norway do that before. But if Italy goes up 2-0 quickly, I don't think Norway would have the mentality to come back. However, none of this matters if Italy don't score fast. The longer the match is tied, the more advantage for Norway. Norway are, on paper, the favorites, but again, this is Norway. They played like shit their first 2 games, and I don't even know what happened last game defensively. Harviken and Hansen have to do better positionally than they did against Iceland. Like, yeah, Italy has struggled to finish their chances this tournament, but so had Iceland. Iceland didn't score a single goal against Finland and Switzerland, yet they put 3 past Norway, even if it was a game Norway was rotated for. It's either going to be a last-second winner for Norway or a 3-0 blowout for Italy. They actually played each other last summer and could not be separated. Sweden and England. I honestly have no idea how this one's gonna go. I mean, Sweden are just on fire. That win over Germany Matchday 3 was crazy. So many of their players are in form, and they just got Rofo fully back from injury also. England did have a misstep against France, but I mean, completely undressed the Netherlands. Here's the thing though. Sweden was killing Germany on their counterattacks, really quick turnarounds, which England really struggled with against France. Both France's goals really came from quick counters or actions. Bronze and Carter have played better since Matchday 1, but Kanerud and Fernando Rofo are just really fucking fast. That's my analysis. Stina Blackstenius will also have a height advantage on crosses, so England really needs to be prepared for counters, or else I think it's Sweden's game. Outside from defense, England will be able to get into attacking positions because honestly, Sweden's midfield is weak defensively despite having a good back line. Julia Brand's goal against Sweden was because Hannah Bennison didn't pick up her run in time. Also, England's attackers are all pretty much hitting form. Even though Russo only has tallied 1 goal, she would have had more if it weren't for teammates being offsides, but she's gotten a lot of assists. Lauren James has looked really threatening also, with lots of other players scoring. The same thing can be said of Sweden though. Their goals have been pretty diverse and Blackstenius is in high form. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this game. I expect a shootout, but since I'm saying that, there'll probably be no goals scored at all. Sweden's defense is good, but it's not great, so we'll see because England's offense has been doing better than they were earlier. Spain versus Switzerland. Switzerland earned their place with a last-second Viola Shimeli equalizer against Finland. Switzerland will have the crowd behind them, but I mean, Spain's offense just looks unstoppable right now. Spain's defense is breakable though. Unless Tomse adjusts her tactics, the backline can be broken. One good run and pass and the Swiss player can be in on goal. The Spanish midfield though will most likely control the game. Walti will have a lot on her plate, and it will make it really hard for Switzerland to really gain control of the game. Like, look at Spain's momentum through their 3 games. That's insane. Bonmati isn't fully fit from her illness, but with Patry and Putellas, that midfield is still on lock even if Vicky Lopez starts. Riddler has been on one though for Switzerland. If they want a chance, Schurtenleib and Riddler will have to be on the same page and have some of the best runs and passes of their lives. Again, overall, they just really need Geraldine Riddler's form to continue. Nanclades en goal has also started to struggle a little bit for Spain. They could really miss Catacol this match. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think Switzerland will show up, mostly because their defense has been solid. The 2 fullbacks have been incredible, even if they are more attacking fullbacks. Nicole Meritz is literally the unsung hero of this tournament. She's been dynamite, but they really need to be aware on set pieces versus Spain. Paredes is a huge threat, and against Norway, they let Hegerberg clean through their defense on the corner. You know, maybe since Caldente is playing her girlfriend, she'll give Switzerland a gift like she did against Italy. Overall though, as I said in my preview, Switzerland is a very young team. Bene is an amazing player, but I don't know if she'll be able to keep up with Claudia Pina, who, you know, is also pretty young, but she has more experience at this top level. Even if Switzerland do dig their heels in and keep it a close game, Spain just have ridiculous options off the bench. Switzerland does have good options like Pilgrim off the bench, but it's not that comparable. For some reason, Athenia del Castillo and Esther turn into gods in the Spain jersey, like it's reverse Norway. Putellas has been one of the best players at this tournament also. Unfortunately, it just might be a little too much for Switzerland and Pia Sundhage to handle. Maybe they can pull Norway though and scam a win from mistakes from the backline or Nanclades, but it's not looking good. Last but definitely not least, France and Germany. This is probably the highest stakes game because of what it means for both teams' reputations. Both were considered to be one of the favorites entering the tournament, but they now meet in the quarters. France's offense has looked great, which is really worrying for Germany since they are now down 2 right backs after Ramser's red card. I mean, I don't blame her. Ann Katzenberger was shocking against Sweden. I do think Ina Mamutovic should start. In all 3 of their games, Ann Katzenberger just wasn't good enough and she froze against Sweden. I don't know what they will do at right back, honestly. Based on their subs, I'd expect Katrin Hendrich, since she was the sub at halftime, but there is a reason why she was phased out of that position in the past. Nuskin, of course, is very, very versatile, so I wouldn't blink if they moved her there and they started Lohman or Dabritz in the midfield. Not gonna lie, I completely forgot Dabritz was even on the squad. But back to what I was saying. France's offense is on fire. I can't tell if Mary Katoto is in good form though, because she has been scoring goals, but oh my god, she has skied so many chances. Like, maybe Matteo should start, I'm not even joking. France's midfield has also been playing much better than Germany's. I don't want to completely write off Germany though, because it is Germany. Cascarino has probably been France's best player this tournament, and she's of course a right winger, meaning she'll face Linder, not the weekend right back position. But as I mentioned for England, France can kill you on the counter, and that's really what Germany struggled with Sweden. You see, against Sweden, Germany opened up the field a lot more for its players. They went from being rigid like they were in the first 2 games, to the players kind of being able to free roam because the offense the first 2 games wasn't as convincing. It seemed to work out when Brandt scored the opener, but it left the defense very vulnerable. So the question for Christian Vuk becomes, does he change the tactics to the way they were before, or can he figure out a way to have this offense be open without jeopardizing the defense on the counter? France are the favorites entering this game, but overall their left side of the defense has been their weaker point. Germany has Brandt, who is in amazing form at that right wing position, so maybe they could take advantage of that. But France are probably just licking their lips at this Germany back line right now that is now down 2 of their players. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's shorter, I am tired and sick. What are your predictions for the quarterfinals? Or what was your reaction to Matchday 3 of the group stage?